Part 9 of Mashiach and the teaching of Torah. The sixth division of the Tuat and the book of Judges. The boat of Ra, having travelled past the fifth division, now passes into the sixth division, and we come to a remarkable scene. Osiris himself sits upon a throne within a canopy, whose roof is topped by spearheads. Osiris sits in judgment before the whole company of gods who stand on steps before the throne. In front of Osiris is a mummified bearded god. Who supports a balance that we find in most representations of the Hall of Judgment. The balance holds the bird of evil. Behind the throne is a sailing boat containing a pig and is driven along by an ape. In the upper section, Anubis is holding the key of life. This division, like all the previous representations of the Tuat, is found on the sarcophagus at Seti I. We have a significant variation of this image on the sarcophagus of Tetuara. On that we see a man wielding a hatchet who stands next to the scales before Osiris. The Egyptian text referring to the entry into this division reads, "This god cometh forth to this pylon, and he passeth in through it, and those gods who are in the secret place acclaim him." The word secret is emphasized, and knowing the secret is a means to coming close to the throne. This is the tactic used by Ehud to slay Eglon, the king of Moab, which we read in Judges chapter 3 verse 19. The third chapter of Judges is devoted to this portion of the Tuat. The Bible writer has told a story based around its visualization, and this interpretation is given below. "And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord strengthened Eglon, the king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of the Lord. And he gathered unto him the children of Ammon and Amalek, and went and smote Israel, and possessed the city of palm trees. So the children of Israel served Eglon, the king of Moab, 18 years. Now, in this representation, we find the children of Israel represented by the 9 gods on the steps. And we find Eglon, the king of Moab, as represented here by Osiris on his throne. And the city of palm trees is represented here above the canopy of the throne. The 18 spears, which are represented in the Bible as the 18 years, for there are 18 spears here. And we go on in the Bible. "But when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised them up a deliverer, Ehud, the son of Jerah, a Benjamite, a man left-handed, and by him the children of Israel sent a present unto Eglon the king of Moab. But he had made him a dagger which had 2 edges of a cubit length, and he girded it under his raiment upon his right thigh." Now we find that representation in this pictogram. Ehud was a Benjamite, the tribe of Benjamin. Astrologically is associated with Scorpio, and Scorpio is represented by the eagle, the bird we find in the balance, the bird of evil. Ehud, we find indeed the man seen wielding his hatchet before the throne of Osiris on the sarcophagus of Techara. The Egyptian text states of the bearer of the hatchet, the bearer of the hatchet and the bearer of the scales protect the inhabitant of Amantat. So we go on in the Bible. And he brought the present unto Eglon king of Moab, and Eglon was a very fat man. And when he had made an end to offer the present, he sent away the people that bare the present. But he himself turned again from the quarries that were by Gilgal, and said, I have a secret errand unto thee, O king, who said, keep silence. And all that stood by him went out from him. And here in this representation, we have the fat man is represented by Osiris sitting on his throne. The stating I have a secret is referring to this hidden pylon, i.e. the means of gaining into it, according to the Egyptian text. So we read on in the Bible, and Ehud came unto him, and he was sitting in a summer parlour, which he had for himself alone. And he had said, I have a message from God unto thee. And he rose out of his seat, and he had put forth his left hand, and took the dagger from his right thigh, and thrust it into his belly. And the hilt also went in after the blade. And the fat man closed upon the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly. And the dirt came out. So in this text of the Bible, it's actually plagiarizing this visualization. And here is the fat man. And here's Osiris with the sceptre going what appears to be through his belly. And this has become the dagger. And the hilt also went in after the blade. And here we have the anchor. Here. And the sceptre of Osiris there. Now we read on. Then Ehud went forth through the porch, and shut the doors of the parlour upon him, and locked them. When he was gone out, his servants came. And when they saw that, behold, the doors of the parlour were locked, they said, surely he covereth his feet in his summer chamber. And they tarried till they were ashamed. And behold, he opened not the doors of the parlour, before they took a key and opened them. And behold, their lord was fallen down dead on the earth. Now this key to the door is represented here by the god Anubis, who holds the key of life in his right hand here. And we go on. And Ehud escaped while they tarried, and passed beyond the quarries, and escaped into Seraph. Now this escaping is represented by the pig being whipped by the ape here. And it came to pass, when he was come, that he blew a trumpet in the mountain of Ephraim. And Ephraim is represented by a gazelle, according to the mountains. In conclusion, we see Osiris ruling in his domain in the underworld. And this god was an integral part of the Tuat, for without going through him, one could not travel with Ra. Here in the scriptures is a clue that the theology of Osiris was fully understood. What the Bible is alluding to is that through the death of Osiris, Ra then rules Israel, and through the mystery of the death of Osiris, the people find peace.